Hey guys, it's me, NRB12341 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Transformers Generations, Transformers Siege, War for Cybertron, Voyager class, Optimus Prime. For the packaging, we have the window where Optimus Prime was kept, the Optimus Prime logo there, or name. And for the upper part of the box, we have a nice scrubbed up Autobot symbol, the Generation symbol, the Takara Tomy logo, and down here we have the Hasbro logo. Transformers along the box, and it actually is a very nice box. We have the Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy logo. On the side, on the wedge side of the box, we have a picture of Optimus Prime there. Very detailed, very nice, looks really cool. On the other side, we have this image of Siege, and we see Starscream, Megatron, Optimus. I think that's supposed to be Sideswipe. I thought that was Soundwave, but you see tires on it, so I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Jazz is in there. But it's very cool, and you see Cybertron's, the war, and everything with this Chromia, Sideswipe. That must be Red Alert then. And this is Optimus's face, which looks very cool. And then moving on to the back of the box, we have product shots with Optimus Prime, Transformers in 27 steps. Sorry about that. His vehicle mode. We have looks like some weapons, Battle Masters that can come separately. Seems like he can hold them as weapons, which is interesting. And then, so that's pretty much it for the packaging. Moving right along to the figure. We have the Optimus Prime figure in his vehicle mode, and I must say, this is potentially one of the greatest lines we have gotten in a very, very long time. It is amazing that they finally did War for Cybertron right. Fall of Cybertron is a great game, but the toy line, Hasbro a lot of them were pretty cheap toys, they weren't the greatest, and it was during a time where Hasbro was a little less, so, understandable, but now they've done this Siege for Cybertron, and the figures look great. So I decided to pick up the Optimus and take a look at him, and he looks great, honestly. In his vehicle mode, he has this Cybertronian-like truck. Look on the detail, actually. You see a bunch of technology in these aqua-tinted windshields, and the windows do open up, and it reveals some silver detail, almost like the Matrix of Leadership, which I think is very cool. Some more upper headlights, very armored. It feels like it's very armored, and these are like guns, I suppose. They look more like I think they look more like headlights, but these are the headlights, I'm pretty sure, because they have little guns in them. There's this one little gray plastic thing. Then there's, of course, the grill. On the side, we have a bunch of scruffed up Autobot logo, most likely from battles and everything. Smaller smokestack with giant holes in them. The back is very nice. It actually it's quite long. And there's one complaint I have, and it's this little gappy bit, but honestly it's fine because the robot mode is great and it's actually not too bad at all. However, there's a little peg there. Now it'd be cool if we got a trailer in a separate set, maybe, in a separate figure, which would be very cool, but I'm pretty sure it's meant for one of his accessories. Speaking of accessories, for our first one is probably the best of the two. It is his blaster he used in G1 a lot, which is very nice to get this again. Of course, it has, it's one piece, unlike the Power of the Primes one, which is like split into two. Which is very nice, though. It's a very nice blaster. Not much detailing on it. It's just a black blaster with a bit of brown tint to it, almost. Of course, you can't really tell on camera as well, but of course, it's got a lot of holes in it and everything. There's a giant hole up here. And then for a second accessory that comes with him, is this. Now, this is probably the stupidest thing. I don't think this is cool at all. It's pretty dumb and dull. Now, what you're supposed to be able to do with it is it's like an axe, but it's got this handle sticking out right here. It's for a little transformation bit that you can do with it. It doesn't look like his axe at all. And what we're supposed to be able to do with it is this. So you fold in the blades like that, and then you just detach this and just peg this into a little hole there. And this is still sticking out. It's supposed to be like a little Autobot shield for him. And it can just attach onto the blaster. Looks quite weird, and you can, attach it onto the figure. And that looks weird. But it's weapon storage. I've always had it. Now, what I prefer doing is just storing his weapon there. storing this here. You could even kind of, like that. That looks a bit better. But just plug it there, and that looks fine. This weapon storage, not too bad. Of course, looking at the wheels, they have these silver rims in there, and they got like a enclosed-in tire. They roll pretty well. And there's armor all along the wheels here, blue armor here. These don't really peg in, his feet don't peg in very well. Like, they kind of snap off a lot, so that's a problem I have with him. Of course, he is a quite expensive figure. He's about, I picked him up for $40 in Canada. So he retails for $40. Now this figure is, I don't know if it's worth $40. He's quite small for a Voyager. Now for size comparisons, I'll prove it to you how small he is. For some size comparisons, here we have him with Jumpstream from Victorion from Combiner Wars. And this is a deluxe class, and she's nearly the same length as him. Of course, she's a little car, and he's a nicer figure, but you can see there's that, and $40 is the normal price for a Voyager now, but then you bring in Vortex here, who is longer than him. Not that he should be longer than this, but they could have made him a bit bigger, I think. I don't know, I haven't gotten any other Siege figures yet. Maybe that's just the theme, maybe they're all just kind of like that. Honestly, I can't complain very much, but here he is with the Masterpiece Optimus Prime, well, Nemesis Prime, who is much bigger, obviously. Just looking at that. Much bulkier. Of course, this is a Masterpiece, so there's that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for his vehicle mode. Now we'll look at his robot. I mentioned his undercarriage is actually not too bad. It actually, because of the thighs, look very dirty. It looks like pretty normal. You can't see a bunch of robot stuff, but you can't really, it's a bit gappy. But I can't complain. It's quite fine. Of course, you can see a bit of gap in there. But it's not too bad. So anyway, onto his his first transformation. First thing we're going to do is come around to the legs, and just untab these things. Now they'll just sit right along there. Just want to untab both of them. It's a bit difficult, and that'll untab the legs. Next, just fold in these little panels here. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this. Oh wait, sorry, no. You want to come around to here, untab these. Then you gotta kind of get your fingernail in there, and there's these little tabs on the side. Then I'll unplug that, and then just sort of unplug everything else. That whole section now will be able to come out. Hang on, it's a bit difficult here. Make sure you gotta keep everything untabbed here. Oh, and this little, you should be doing this. Open up his little windshields and just lift this whole section up like so. Alright, now just close the windshields for now, like so, and then just come around to the legs. You're going to want to turn them like so. Actually, no, we'll not do them yet. Then what you're going to do is come up here, and you're going to want to untab these. Just pull these down right onto the arms, like so. Kind of get your fingernail in there, and just untap those like so. Then bring out the arms like this. Bit difficult, you gotta kind of untab a bit of stuff, pull out his fists, obviously. But it's a bit difficult, but once you get it, eventually, it'll just come out like so. So, you gotta kind of do that on both sides. And that'll, of course, untab these and the tires. So just like that. Fold these. Now, you could use these as guns in his robot mode. I'll get to that more later. But anyway, you're just going to want to flip these in under like that. Leave the panels, just fold those down. Then what you're going to want to do is just kind of make sure you want to lift up these into his sides. So kind of like that. Just push in there, and they'll just sit in there like that. So now you're going to want to come up here and just do this. Fold this all in. This whole section will just come down onto his back and just the arms up and just collapse on his back. You'll hear a little click. Then what you're going to want to do for his legs is going to want to unfold his feet for one. And, oh, one other thing, you're going to want to bring out his head here. It's a bit difficult. Got to use your fingernail, but you'll eventually get it into the head. What we're going to do instead is just close up his chest for now. We'll get to that later because it's a bit difficult. Next thing you want to do is fold out these little gray things here. Fold that, and then you're going to want to try to pull out the tires. The tires are supposed to kind of collapse onto him. You can see they're connected there. It's going to want to try to pull them out. Of course, twist the thighs eventually like that. But we're just going to leave them like this for now. So if you can, just pull out these little tires here. As you can see here, just the tires will just unfold like that and just be pushed into place. You want to turn his thighs around eventually, or his legs. I've said that 100 times now. But just lower these down for now. And just do that. And just set them down like that. Sometimes it can be a bit fidgety, but you'll eventually get it. Here, you'll hear that click. You want to try to see, as you can see here, so we'll push in like that. And then, yeah, they're very fidgety, but as you can see, just push in like so. Turn his legs around. And now you're going to want to pull down his arms. And you're going to want to, what you're going to want to do is, of course, open up the chest and put pressure on that one side and just pull it out. I forgot that step earlier. Just going to want to close up his chest, come around to the back, and just twist it like so, and it'll just round a bit and just try to get it to tab in like that. And there you have Optimus Prime in his robot mode. So honestly, for that transformation, it wasn't that bad. It was really fun, and it's quite easy. It's interesting. He's a very cool looking figure, honestly. He doesn't have a backpack pretty much at all. It's just a little bit here, a bit of a panel, but it doesn't weigh him down. Of course, the back section's a bit, you know, this is kind of covering up everything but the legs. But it's fine, not too bad. The feet are very nice. They're just the blue, and the toes can move like so. You can see, though, moving on to his head sculpt, it's very nice. You can see he's got his horns and his faceplate, and the eyes are blue. The Technic, and of course all the scratches and scars all over make him look just like a fantastic figure. Now for articulation, the head is on a bit of a swivel and a ball joint, so you can swivel around, but it's a ball joint really. His arms can move in and out. They're a bit of a butterfly joint, but it's mostly for the transformation, as you saw. They can kind of move in and out like that. They can move all the way out. The fists are on a swivel here. There's a bend, not a double bend, at the elbow. Of course, you can get them to go 360. His arms can go 360. His head can go 180. His legs can actually go all the way out. He gets, of course, then he gets a double bend at the knee, which is very nice. Swivel at the knee, and a waist swivel, which is very nice. Get some dynamic poses with that. You can, of course, go down and guess what you also get? You get a bend at the toe, but not just that, a foot pivot. Of course, that leaves a bit of a gap, but honestly, it doesn't look too bad. With all the articulation this guy has, which is a lot, it's very nice. And honestly, it's a really well done figure. Now for some size comparisons. Here is Optimus. Just take him down like that. And here is Titan's Return Voyager class Astro Train. Now, one problem I would say I have with this figure is he's a bit small, but it's not too bad. Of course, he's much smaller than Astro Train, which is honestly, I'm going to say accurate, but he is a very well done figure. Bringing in another size comparison, here we have him with the Viacon General, the Deluxe Class Viacon General, and he just towers over him. Then, of course, here we have him with the MTR M11 Make Toys Meteor, and he just goes up to his chest. So, Meteor is, of course, much taller than him, but he actually is a very well done figure. Moving Meteor off to the side here. So now we'll go over the final verdict and just give him his cannon there. So let's go over the final verdict. Guys, I think that this figure is a very well done figure. The Transformers Siege line is very well done, and I believe that if you like Optimus Prime, you should definitely pick up this figure. This is probably, not including masterpieces, my favorite Optimus Prime figure I've ever picked up. He is a very well done figure. I think the $40 was worth it. Of course, it was a bit expensive, but Now, the only problems that I could say I have with the figure is, this weapon is kind of stupid and pointless. And I'm really stretching for complaints here. Would be, of course, a few gaps that are in him, and the plastic is not super high quality. But besides that, it is a very well done figure. I definitely recommend you pick him up. He has very well done articulation, detail, and everything. So I rate this figure a 10 out of 10, honestly. He is tied now with Meteor. He is a great figure. Of course, Meteor is better because he's a third-party masterpiece. So, but anyway, this is a great figure. I recommend you definitely pick him up if you like Optimus Prime. And I cannot wait to get more of these Siege figures. So guys, this has been NRB12341, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.